I'll tell you, you got to like that guy right there, Mr. Scher. He does not have your athlete's body, as most would consider it, but he's made some good defensive plays. Of course, we know how he can hit.
That's right, he sure can.
He's got good hands. Mike Lewis. There's a strike. And that, to me, I enjoy seeing on this level, because I want to see that it's not just the home runs, as the shortstop will show his arm, and that retires the side as Williams guns out Mike Lewis, and so the Smythe Sox close the gap. They still trail, but only by 4, 25-21, as we get set for the Howard club coming up in the bottom of the third. We'll be right back. When the powers in softball collide, there are a lot of people that want to see what these two teams have. It's kind of like Goliath going against King Kong, and it has been that way so far, as the ball is lined for a base hit by Steve Williams to start the third.
Howard's team has been mixing their base hits better than the Smythe team. It looks to me that Howard will be content for the line drive. Smythe trying to get it all back with a power.
25-21 in the third inning. There's a strike. Bottom of the third. Steve Williams at first. Tim White, the hitter.
Steve's upset. He didn't call time. He got in the box, and Oven's smart pitcher slipped one right over the corner for a strike. He's trying to get him outside, but I believe he needs to jam him a little bit.
Didn't jam him enough. He jammed that one out of the ballpark.
Sure did.
A 2-run homer for White.
As the parade starts again.
Well, it's not passing him by. He's hitting 11th in the batting order, and he's hit 3 home runs. Not bad for an 11th place hitter.
No, it's not. And now we're back into trouble. Rick the Crusher Scher.
He's hit 2. He's been on base, well, 3 times. He hasn't been on very long on the 2 home runs, but he also singled and scored, so he's 3 for 3. In fact, ironically, as he takes the first pitch that bounces before it gets to the plate, the same people have been making the outs. And another home run for Scher. Oh, my. Now, you don't really realize how far that bush is from that fence. That is at least 100 feet. That's where he hit that ball, from the fence.
That's right.
And the fence is 300, so you can add that up yourself.
That reminds me of a tournament back in '75 for the state championship of Texas, and Crusher was playing for a team out of Corpus Christi. They were playing a club that I was managing at that time, and we had a 39-39 ball game into extra innings. And in the 11th inning, wind blowing in, Stevensville, Texas, 100-degree day, and he hit one just like that. Put an end to both of our miseries.
Well, they don't call him the Crusher for nothing.
That's right. He crushed it.
Tim Reinhardt, who is Crusher Jr., at least in this game, he's had 3 home runs in 3 at-bats. And that's inside. 28-21 in favor of Howard. There's a strike.
6'6", 260. Seems to be a common number around 250, 260.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. I think Mr. Evans has an argument on that.
I do, too.
That one looked like it was right on the outside half of the plate.
Sure did, and Ron just missed it.
That one was not there, and he forced him to swing at it, even though he didn't get the last one. And Clay has made it first from Lewis. 1 down.
It's hard to believe he swung at that pitch, isn't it?
Unless he's afraid that, you know, the old make-it-up stuff might be coming if he doesn't swing at it, because he may get nailed for it, so he didn't take any chances. Here's Mike Boland, who's hit 3 home runs in 3 tries. 1 down.
Mike Boland played the last 3 years for Steels. Played over 600 ball games in 3 years. His average is .730. Good player.
On top of that, got a little power.
On top of that, yes, he's hit over 1,200 home runs.
Who's counting? There's a strike. Wanted to come back with it quick. Flattened it.
If he gets it inside or out over the plate, he's going to knock it about 350. He's going to have to keep it out there and make him jerk it.
That was too wide. You can see Ovens has an idea what he wants to do.
Right. If he gets it too far inside.
And that may not be high enough. Caught by Wheeler, who was moved over toward left center. And that's 2 down.
It has slowed down a little bit, the pace.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to follow up a 17-run inning.
That's tough to do.
We've had an 8, a 12, and another 8, so it hadn't slowed down a lot.
No.
However, here only 3 runs are in. There are 2 outs, and here's Stan Harvey. Harvey was retired the last time up. He had a pop-up out to second base. But before that, he had singled and homered. Now, Smythe trailing just by 7, closing the gap. They can get out of this one before much more damage is done. Oh, that's a pretty pitch.
He's one of the top left-handed hitters in the nation. Ovens was trying to be cute out there, quick pitching him. You've got a 45-year-old veteran bat, and he's not going to fool him. He knows his pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
If he fouls this ball, he's out. He's got to hit it between the whites.
Well, he wants to throw him inside. Well, he bounces it out to the shortstop, through the legs. Lewis picks it up, fires, still got him. Maybe the 45-year-old legs made the difference.
That's right.
Well, 3 straight outs after 3 straight runs, and that was a little inning for Howard. And Smythe comes up in the top of the 4th, trailing 28-21. We'll be back. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, a great bang-bang play at first base to retire the side on the quick throw from Lewis at shortstop over to the first baseman. And as a result of the activity now, we're picking up action. We're in the top of the 4th with the score 28-21 in favor of Howard. Smythe up, and the first hitter will be Greg Schulte, who has batted twice, singled twice, and scored twice.
This is not a World Series game by any stretch of the imagination, but we've got a World Series qualifier. But in the World Series, the most runs scored by 2 teams is 87, and we're well on the pace.
We're only in the top of the 4th. We've played 3, scheduled for 7. Now, that 3-run inning that Howard's had in the bottom of the 3rd pretty much counterbalances the 1-run inning that Smythe had in the 1st. So we basically are as close as you can be to into a dead heat now.
That was a big inning defensively as Schulte flies out.
That'll be caught. Didn't quite have enough, and it was taken there by Williams in left center, 1 away. That'll bring up Scott McManus, who has hit 2 2-run homers.
Smythe has got to take advantage of the inning that Howard's had last time. They've got to bounce back and get even here somewhere, make this a 3 or 4 inning, 3-inning game.
Little conference out there between Bolin and Rick Scher.
These 2 fellows have got to get on the base to get to the top of the order for Smythe to have a good inning.
Also maybe talking a little bit about Manus, their old teammate, who's knocked them for a couple of homers here.
Right. If Scotty stretches out the arms, gets it high, he's going to hit it out of here. They want to get it low. They want to get it inside. You can see his stance. It's best for him, and they're trying to do it. They're trying to get it inside, and he knows it. He wants it high and out over the plate. He'll hit a high towering shot to left center.
And he just hit another one. That's 3 in a row. McManus
is hot.
28-22. McManus with 5 runs batted in.
Well, this is nothing new because he did it for Howard's all last year. They hated to lose Scotty. He stretches him out, Greg.
Meets that ball just at about shoulder height and drives it.
Butch Evans has got to be on the bag. He does have power, but he needs to realize he's got to be on the bag right now.
He's hit twice. He hit a fly ball to left and homered, and is 2 times up. Knuckleball coming. Of course, the purpose of that is the fact that when you got a windy day like this, a little gust of wind can make it move just half inch, 2 inches, and that's the difference between maybe a home run and a fly ball. Bouncing ball, Scher again at third base, and he is showing a glove.
He sure is. He's taking the bat right out of their hands. It's amazing the way the Crusher's moving around over there. He's playing them way over towards shortstop. They're not pulling the ball down the line. Playing them perfect. He doesn't look like your typical third baseman.
But he is getting the hands on the ball and doing something with it. 2 down.
Good job.
At top of the batting order, Doug Brown now with 2 outs. The Sox I would think would need to try to pull even here to take advantage of the fact that
they do.
Only 3 runs were scored in the last half inning by Howard. Smythe does not want to give that right back. So far, only 1.
Doug wants his pitch out all over the plate also, but he'll hit the low one out. Doug a little more selective, but he'll take the low one.
Doug Brown and Bruce Meade, the next hitter, have been teammates for several years on several teams.
They've won they've been on the last 3 World Championship teams. They were with Elite and Smythe twice. No team's ever won it 3 years in a row, and they'd like to do that before they retire. Doug's one of the all-time great players, the whip, out of South Carolina. He whipped it out of here.
There's a home run, way back over into the bushes, over the left field wall, clearing the fence by perhaps again 100 feet. There's the youngster going out and racking up another quarter. If he can find it. Oh, that was easy. He's got a lot of experience.
Right. As the bruiser steps into the plate, the crowd doesn't even be disappointed with another walk.
That was the 35th home run of the day.
At a quarter apiece.
I better say of the game. Yeah, at a quarter apiece. Of course, he's got some help out there now. Bruce Meade. 1 for 2. He had a fly ball to left, tremendous home run, and walked. He scored twice, and there's a strike.
He wants the ball out over the plate also. They all want to stretch. The big fellas, they want to stretch out. No.
That one was a breaking ball. It came back.
Sure was.
Boy, that was called a ball.
Boland's upset.
It says the arc wasn't enough, I guess.
Well, it's got to go 6 feet, and I think it was about 4 or 5. It looked like it was about, you got to remember, Bruce is 6'8". It was about waist high.
There's a long one. Will it stay fair? I don't think so. Foul ball.
But it was about 4 plus.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to keep this one fair, though. This is the key. The pitcher has the advantage right now. But will the umpire call the strike on the bruiser?
He'll also make a little adjustment in his swing. In other words, he won't swing at that exact pitch again in the same way with 2 strikes or with the strike as it is, because he won't want to take a chance of fouling one like that.
He'll wait a little bit on the ball. He'll try to hit it more up the middle. If I were Boland, I'd be moving to my left.
Never mind. There's a long one. It is going to go back and blow out of here. It is another home run for Meade. His second.
Bruce started off a little slow this weekend, but he's catching fire. As Jim Fuller's already in the batter's box. And we mentioned he swings at the first pitch. After he told me in the big leagues, he was in the box at least 3 pitches. He didn't like to wait that long anymore. He hasn't ever seen so many fat balls.
Meade actually took a little bit off this swing. Made contact, made sure it was fair. And of course, once he hit it, it was going to be out.
Besides batting 7, 8, 13 in the World Series, Jim's hits home runs 40% of his times at bat since he's been playing softball. 40%. He took his first pitch today, Greg.
Sure did. He's hit 3 home runs on the first 3 pitches.
He's told me he's had 3 walks in 3 years.
And he just hit another home run. That one is over the fence by a ton. Fuller with his 4th home run in 4 at-bats. He's hit 4 home runs, seeing 5 pitches. Smythe scored 4 more in the inning on home runs by Hightower, Parrott, and Fredeau. And going to the bottom of the 4th, the Sox had a 29-28 lead. Bottom of the 4th, and with 2 men on and 2 outs after a semi-intentional walk to Joey Raby, Curtis Williams stepped up. Curtis Williams homered the first time, then grounded to short and fly to left. He, of course, is not as large as some of the other players, so while he can hit the ball out of the ballpark, it's not going to be quite as easy for him.
No, he's an average. He's a high average hitter. We call high average. He's hitting over 650. His career average is 625. But I think they just want to put the pressure on him a little more. I think that's the strategy behind Buddy. I don't think that he thinks less of his hitting. He just wants to put a little more pressure.
Evans thought that one was a strike, but it looked deep from here. That's a strike. There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike. He's got runners at first and second, 2 outs. No runs in yet here in the bottom of the 4th.
This is a big batter now. And this is the one that Buddy Slater's really going to have to try to get him to get out.
Missed inside. And it's 3-1.
Almost has to lay this one right in there, Greg. He can't take a chance to get to the next hitter. He cannot take that chance.
Batter steps out of the batter's box. Curtis Williams. I said before, Williams has been an all-tournament performer in several World Series. Been named the defensive player in the past. There's a strike. That was what you'd call perfectly placed.
Anything close now, he's got to swing at. The advantage is to the pitcher. If he can just get it out over the plate, and he did. And he got it over the fence.
Deep to left center, and it's out of here. It's a 3-run home run. So the strategy did not pay off.
It did not work. Pitched it where he wanted, and Williams was ready for it.
He drives in 3. And that ups the tally to 31-29. It gives the lead back to Howard's. But once again, Smythe doesn't give up more than maybe 1 or 2 more runs. They will have had a successful half inning.
All right, if they go in 5, 6, 7 down, it's been a good inning. Howard's knows they've got to score more runs because Smythe's not through yet.
Steve Williams has been a singles hitter. 2 singles and a bouncer to short.
Ovens wanted that pitch. That looked like a strike to me. Got it right behind the plate. The arc was fine.
There's another single for the hard-hitting shortstop. Hard-hitting in the sense he hits it right on the nose. He's not a power hitter, but he's had 3 singles, and it brings up Tim White, who is 3 home runs, 5 runs batted in.
Tim's an awful strong hitter. Good strong hitter. Good infielder. Salisbury, North Carolina.
That's foul. Way out of the ballpark. And
Hightower doesn't have a chance for that.
31-29. Howard's leading. Bottom of the 4th.
Bruce saw that, and he went out to see his buddy, Butch Ovens, both from Florida. Butch has the task of pitching batting practice to Bruce during the week in Florida. That's his job. Besides playing for the Smythe Sox also.
Well, he knows what it's like to be hit for long home runs.
He sure does.
That one was short. 3 balls and a strike. That one's foul, and that's strike 2.
That
may be in the play.
Let's see. Playable.
What a catch! Oh my! By Hightower, who climbed the wall.
Fantastic play. Hightower went up high over the fence to take that away. That's what you've got to do on this level.
Oh, look at this play again before we close out. We'll take a break. Take a look at that later. We'll be right back as we get set for the 5th. 31-29 in favor of Howard's over Smythe. Trailing 31-30, Bruce Meade hit with Butch Ovens on first and 1 out.
In his 2 years with the Smythe Club, Bruce has been a 6-time All-American. 2 years. Can't do much better than that.
2 for 3, 2 home runs, a walk, 3 runs scored, 3 runs batted in for Meade. He carries the lead run with his bat.
They've got a great hitter behind him in Fuller, so they really don't. They're really in a tough situation. Miter providing shoes for the Smythe Sox.
31-30.
Ron Rose.
Not sure what that.
Ron Rose stepped in and told him to present the ball. He's throwing it too low. He doesn't want Bruce to swing the bats, what it amounts to, and he's stepping into something with Fuller. He knows Fuller he's going to throw a ball to. Fuller's going to swing.
Fuller is now up.
And Bruce is changing bats.
Well, that was not
evidently ball.
I thought that was ball.
Well, they threw 4 up there. One of them they counted no pitch.
Okay, well.
And Bruce changing bats. Maybe he suspects they're going to try to slip him a strike.
Well, we'll see what happens.
One swing and take the lead here.
There's a strike.
He didn't want it out, so he stands far away from the box, as you can see, because everybody tries to jam him. So if they throw the ball inside, he's still got it.
There it goes. It is out of here. Another Meade shot, and the lead has changed hands on the 2-run homer by Bruce Meade.
Get a line drive out of here. It just jumps off of his bat. We're into a real good seesaw battle here. This has been one of our best telecasts.
43 home runs in the fifth. 31 to 30. Now check that. We got to rack up 2 runs. It's 32-31.
As we mentioned earlier, we've got to get a good shot of Jim Fuller when he gets in the box because he tends to swing at anything.
Well, he's hit 4 home runs.
Right. It doesn't matter. He says he doesn't care if it's a strike or not. It's just so big coming at him after playing in the big leagues. He just can't wait to swing at it. Looks like a watermelon to him.
Will he hit 5?
Yes.
Yep. That's out of here. 5 home runs. Nope. In 5 at-bats.
And 5 pitches.
No, he had 6 pitches.
Oh, he had 6.
Got to get
That's right.
Remember the name, Jim Fuller.
Right. His girlfriend says he needs to stand in the box a little more and get a little more camera time.
Oh, he isn't on long. I'll tell you what, he's probably been on the screen.
Excuse me, his wife, Gail.
Okay.
Correct that.
I think they want to have that straight. Or she might think somebody else is involved here. 33-31. The Smythe Sox now lead it by 2.
As a pumper from Pomona steps in.
Rick Wheeler, and he's still looking for one. He has bounced out, doubled, singled, and walked, scored 3 times.
It's about time for him to hit one out.
He just did. That's out of here. Goodbye.
Well,
Rick Wheeler joins the parade.
We were talking earlier about all the runs being scored here and all the home runs. We mentioned Steele scored 109 in El Paso last week in a game they lost the next day, if you can imagine.
Well, they won the game. They scored 109. 109 to 7, wasn't that?
That's right. And then they lost the ball game the next day to another club. They had to get tired.
How many home runs did they hit now? Did that the story say?
No, the story didn't say. But they tell me they're averaging 1 every 2.3 batters or something like that, as we're talking to Jerome, their statistician, last week.
Britt Hightower's hit 3 homers and 4 at-bats, singled the other time, and has hit in the hole. Nice play by Williams, a long throw. Good scoop at first. There's the defense. Williams got a good play on that ball and gunned it over to first base as we end the inning, but not before the Smythe Sox take the lead. 34-31. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back. Of the 5th inning, after home runs by Harvey, Griffin, and Marshall, Curtis Williams, who had homered twice before, stepped to the plate. 37-34, 3-run lead for Howard. There's the ball inside.
I believe Mike Parrott's starting out with a knuckleball on each pitch. He just sends the wind to move it around.
There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, he's done well, actually. Marshall and Raby, Marshall homered, but only wind aided, and he got Raby out.
Ron Roos, the umpire, taking a long look at that one. Parrott was upset. He thought that ball dropped in.
2 balls and a strike.
That's a groove.
There's a liner. Will it get up and over? And it will get up and over. That is the 50th home run of the day.
With 2 innings to go.
Curtis Williams' 3rd home run. And it brings up Steve Williams, who hasn't hit one, but he's had 3 singles. 38-34. And this is the big inning that the Howard club needed. That's over behind us, so there's no chance on any of those famous long home runs.
No.
None of those would go 800 miles. That's
no.
the wrong direction.
If you were on another field, that would be about a 650-foot shot.
Yeah. There's a strike. Working on Williams with 2 outs. 38-34. Howard's leads it.
They really need to get this out here if they want to get back in the ball game. They can't let them keep batting. They're stepping into really the tough hitter.
There's a strike. Good pitch.
That was a good pitch. He got it high up there. He can get it up to 12 feet if he'll just do it. If Ron will call it like that, the umpire behind the plate. That's another high one.
Oh, just missed wide. 3-2.
But he's got to get in that little box. There's almost a box back there. McManus could lay his glove on the ground and just let Ovens try to throw it like throwing it into a
Line drive back to the wall. It's off the top of the wall as Hightower will pick up off the carom, and moving into second with a double is Williams. Still 2 outs.
Got a little frustration out there with Mike Parrott. He thought that ball should have been caught. I believe Hightower's upset with himself too. He didn't get a quick jump on that ball at all. There's been some defensive lapses out on the left side of the outfield this inning.
Tim White. There you see the hit in the hurler. Ovens as White blows that one out of here, and it will stay fair, I think. No, it will not. Boy, that was close. That's White, the hitter, has hit 3 home runs and flied out to left his other time.
He's definitely got the power. That's why they needed to get the last hitter out.
Once you get past him, you get back into all the power hitters.
That's right.
Share to start it off.
Crusher standing behind you, and Ovens knows that he's got to get him out.
In fact, let me see what happens on this pitch. Well, there's a home run.
It sure is.
That's light tower time. Way back and way out of here. Well, the point I was about to make is White hits his 4th home run, as he had hit 4 now, 3 coming in. The next hitter has hit 4. The following hitter has hit 3, and the following hitter has hit 3. So your point is well taken.
Now they're back to trouble. You start off with the Crusher. What a leadoff hitter. Howard's has come to play. They were beaten last year 2 times on television by the Sox, beaten quite handily. Conway Twitty.
Oh my, that's number 5 for Share.
The lights.
You talk about a long home run. You just saw one. 2nd home run of the inning for Share.
400 plus.
The 52nd home run of the game. Smythe Sox hoping that the legs are going to go on those guys, I think, for rounding the bases much.
And we've got Brown back in pitching. They like Parrott. They just well.
Yeah, well, 10 runs in this inning again.
Wasn't his fault, though, really. There were some defensive plays I really believe should have been made out in the outfield, but unless you're standing out there, the ball's knuckling, and the way the wind's blowing, you really don't. From here, it looks easy, but unless you're standing out there, you can't appreciate what those guys are going through.
Well, how quickly the ball gets there. We're talking about a lot of line drives out there that really are tough because they get out there so fast. They're hit so hard.
And you've just got to get there quick. Hightower's made some good plays. Fred Hughes made some good plays out there. If you notice the defense again, you've got the right center fielder, Wheeler, standing behind second base. As the second baseman standing behind second base. There's nobody on the other side of the diamond.
Only the first baseman.
First baseman and the right fielder, and he's over in right center area.
Reinhardt's hit 3 of them, and that's why.
They suspect he's not going to punch it to right.
That's what they suspect. 41-34, Howard's.
It almost seems to me they might as well take Ovens from behind second base and stand him over there in left field in case there is a line drive that gets in. Because his chances of it getting by Brown into him are pretty slim unless it's a grounder.
High fly ball left. Will it stay in the park? It might. Let's see. Running over Hightower. He got it this time down the left field corner. And that's the 3rd out. But not before Howard's has a big inning. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. Smythe fans and Smythe Sox are going to have a big one themselves. 41-34 is the score. Howard's over Smythe. We'll be back. Smythe homers helped plate 5 runs. Rick Wheeler, who was 3 for 4, stepped up with runners at 1st and 2nd, and Howard's leading by 2. He has only 1 RBI in a game in which his team scored 39 runs, and he's a cleanup hitter with 3 hits. And the reason is
cleaning them up.
That's right. There's only one home run. That's the only way we can get one. There's a line drive base hit.
We may have an attempt to score from second base here. Will it be
Here comes Brown. He'll score. The play goes into second base, and Wheeler moves in with a double as 1 run scores, and we're down to a 1-run game. And the Smythe Sox just play little ball now here with 3 singles.
Right. Wheeler got him a ball out over the plate, and he just pulled it down. He swung down on the ball, got it through the gap. Left fielder came up with it, and we had actually a man score from second base on a base hit, and we can count those, can't we?
Haven't been many at all. ball. And here's Britt Hightower, who has hit 3 home runs, a single. Last time they retired him, though, on a ground ball to short. That was the 5th inning, ended the 5th.
Dead pull hitter all the way.
He's got the tying run at 3rd.
He's going for a home run.
Took the first pitch for a strike.
He can give him a lead.
It's a little flat. 1 ball and 1 strike. He didn't get it over the top, did he? Nope, off the sign in left center, and 2 runs will score. Moving into second base with a double is Hightower.
This is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, no home runs.
No home runs.
All these runs without homers.
All right, we're doing more bookkeeping than we've done in the last hour and a half. As Mike Parrott steps to the plate.
Parrott started this by lining out to left field. Now, Smythe has taken the lead back, 42-41. And the hits equal the runs, but
it means
they
nothing.
are the visiting team. Well, it means nothing, and that means that they've got 1 less at bat. There's a line drive over, caught in center field by Griffin. By great catch there, as it looked like it was going to go over the top of the glove. And Parrott hits in tough luck here in the inning, making both the 1st and 3rd outs, lining out to center. Smythe leads it by 1, but here comes Howard coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, trailing, but after a walk, Baxter Burris faced Butch Ovens with Stan Harvey on first. Now, Burris has not been retired, but he hasn't hit a home run. There you can see him in the back. You see the shortstop, number 23.
As soon as we say something like that, usually they hit one out.
Well, he just did. He just hit a 2-run home run. His first
in the lake.
In the lake. His first of the game. He has had a perfect game, 6 for 6. And that changes the lead again. 2-run homer. And our home run count is up to 57. He's going to see about getting the ball. Man, do I want that or not? Might be snakes in there.
There's water moccasins out there. Somebody needs to warn him.
I'd not go out there, fella.
No.
Here's Dan Griffin, the center fielder. He homered the last time up, and maybe this time. There's a high one to left field. Is it going to go far enough? I think it will. It is gone. Hightower tried to climb high, but he couldn't get high enough, and Griffin hits the 58th home run of the game. No more scoring in the frame, so it's off to the 7th with the score. Howard's 44, Smythe 42. Some of the many youngsters watching the powerful Smythe Sox and the equally powerful, or maybe even more so in this game, Howard's Western Steer team go head-to-head here at Papa Blakely's in Houston. Greg Lucas along with Mark Hinson as we move along, picking up action now in the 7th inning. Looking at the scoreboard, it is 44-42, and that's right, 44-42 in the 7th. Smythe batting, trailing by 2, needing a big inning because Howard has last bat. There have been 58 home runs in the game, including 5 by Jim Fuller and 5 by Rick Scher.
This is the bottom half of the batting order for the Smythe Club. They've got to turn the corner. If they do, that means Howard's has got to come from behind to win it.
Howard's will come up in the bottom of the 7th with the bottom 3 and the top. Smythe is coming up with the bottom 5. But there's not a lot of difference. As Frazier may have just hit his 3rd home run. And he's got it. It's a 1-run game. Right. Make that his 5th home run. How could I have missed the other 2?
He just slips in and scores his not in a row, you might say. He stretches, puts a single in there once in a while, or ground ball.
We're watching the Homer watch to be sure that we break Babe Ruth's and Roger Maris's record in this game, and we're up to 59.
We're at 59.
Mike Lewis is up next, and he has not hit one, but he finally got a hit after going 0 for 3. He singled and scored in the 6th. This would be a great time for him to unload on one, since
he's definitely got the power. He just...
Well, he lined it to that man Scher at 3rd. He has made some sparkling plays defensively. In fact, he's made 2 of them on Lewis.
Scher has been everywhere today. Over the fence, taking line drives away. he's played a fine all-around ball game for Howard's club. He's been the real difference right now, I'd say.
And it's funny because I'm looking at Jim Fuller, the third baseman of the Smythe team, and I'm thinking, well, you know, we have an all-star team. It's got to be sure. Well, that's not true. Well, it is because his glove, he's had the opportunity to make some great plays, and Fuller's not had that chance.
No,
but each guy's hit 5 home runs.
That's unbelievable.
So that would be a tough call, but, you know.
One of them's got to go to another position.
Yeah.
We've got to bat them both.
There's a home run.
Schulte hit one way out of here.
Schulte has now hit 3 in a row after singling his first 2 times, and that is number 60.
That's his second 400-foot blast today in this ball game to tie it up. Are we tied yet?
That's 2 runs. They didn't click. It's 44. We're tied at 44.
As the dog steps in, try to break the tie. Put a little bit of pressure on Howard, at least make him come back and win it. I expected Howard's club to score 6 or 7, so Smythe really needs to have a big inning. They need that. They need 10 more runs. They really need 10 more.
Manis has hit 4 home runs. I haven't divided the home runs by teams. We're going to have to do that when we have a chance. I'm not sure who's actually ahead in home runs. It may be Smythe, only because they haven't had quite as many singles. Yeah, early in that 17-run inning, there were a lot of other hits. That's out of here if it's fair, and it's
way,
oh my.
way out of here. That's over the bushes again. Well,
5 home runs for McManus. Who's going to be the first to hit 6? And by the way, we have now tied Roger Maris.
Who has the first opportunity to hit 6? Is it Shearer? Is it?
Well, it's probably going to be Fuller. He's probably going to get the first chance.
He'll probably get his opportunity.
Fuller did hit his 6th home run in the inning, but Smythe scored only 7 and led by just 5 as we head to the bottom of the inning. The scoreboard reading, Smythe 49, Howard's 44. The 7th with 1 run in, making it 49-45 in favor of Smythe. And Schur and Reinhardt on base with 2 outs. We pick up the action with Mike Bolin at the plate. And there it goes. It's a 1-run game. It's out of here.
1-run ball game.
A 3-run homer by Bolin on the 3-2 pitch.
That's right. As Stan steps in.
A 3-run homer. The 65th home run of the day. Stan Harvey represents the tying run.
And he has a total today, home run total of...
He's hit 2.
Only 2.
He's been retired twice. Not a lot of guys have been retired twice in a game, so it's possible.
But he's hitting into the wind, which doesn't mean a thing.
No, he's gone against the wind before, but he doesn't have the wind to help him. Doesn't need it if it's fair.
Foul ball.
But it's a foul ball. 1 strike.
He's definitely got the power to hit it out of here. He's already hit one over by the White Lincoln out by the lake.
Can you imagine a game that has had 97 runs can go down to 1 hitter?
It's incredible. We've got it right here. This has been our closest ball game of our TV telecast. There's a lot riding on this ball game. This is the battle of the undefeateds. They will win the winner's bracket. The loser has to go right back and play another game as the winner waits for him to come through and then has to beat him twice. So this is a big ball game.
Here's the pitch.
Good pitch.
Oh, too low. Didn't quite get there.
Ovens knows that he wants the ball out over the plate. He's trying not to. He steps into the bucket. If you watch, very few of these guys don't, but he steps into it and steps toward the right field side. He called it.
That wasn't a key 3rd strike. That was a strike.
Stan didn't like it. Gary Lowe, the manager, didn't like it. The next batter can't wait to get up there. He's licking his chops. This is a big pitch right here. This is the biggest pitch of the ball game.
And it's a liner. It is in for a base hit. Played him over to pull, and the right fielder, Schulte, was so far over he couldn't get back into position to make the catch. And it's a double for Harvey as he is in at second base now with a tying run, 2 outs, and Baxter Burris will hit. Burris has been perfect today. Single, double, single, single, double, home run.
They're putting in a pinch runner for Stan. Shows the importance of this ball game. Now they're thinking, Buddy's thinking, we're going to walk Baxter to get to the next hitter. But the next hitter
you walk him, you're putting the winning run on base, although they're figuring a home run is a home run.
Right.
Although Baxter is still there right now. Griffin is the next hitter after this, and Griffin has hit 3 home runs.
I believe I would pitch to this.
He's left-handed. Make him go
against the wind. Even though your weaker defense is over there, you've still got some real good gloves. So you've shifted them all around. They're bringing Mike Parrott in to give him a different look.
I think the way the wind blows and the way the field is set up, and also the fact that Burris has only one home.
Only one.
But he hasn't been retired. That's another
But his home run was in the lake.
Yeah, it was a long one.
Right.
All right.
But you've got Doug Brown over at first. Parrott on the mound. You've got Ovens playing second base.
And there could be the game. It's curving back to center field. The ball game's over. The Smythe Sox have won the ball game.
They pulled it out.
Making a catch on a liner that was curving right back into his glove, and the Sox win it by a score of 49 to 48, holding the Howard Western Steer team to 4 runs in the 7th, and 49 to 48, the final score. Jim Fuller with a tremendous game, 6 home runs and 7 at-bats.